who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first, and certainly they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, a team ready to put on a show. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Going to try to get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
For the offense.
Sixth play of the drive coming up.
Easy.
They'll go to the ground. Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Give to the running back. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
With the carry.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
PAT unit on the field.
Is on for the extra point.
And he doinks it off the left upright. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Louisville's offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Got 6 on 1st down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to pass, it's Carr. He'll throw it. Got his man on the right. At the 40, there he goes. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The Cardinals want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback. Hey, the defense is going to let your big tight end be wide open like that. You will take that throw all day long, and they do for a big game.
Wide open downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville! An impressive display there gets him 6.
Yeah, don't worry about throwing. This guy can run, too. Such a great dual threat. And when this guy lowers his shoulders, you can see he can do whatever he wants and get in the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged out, and that'll be the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
I I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Soften him up with a run, now to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Now adjusting. Fires on the move. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And they've regained the lead.
This kid's got a big-time leg, man. He hit that into the wind, and it looked like that could have been good from 50.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down.
And that pass picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country, and you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Looking to throw on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's Carr. Takes the easy one to the back. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. They keep attacking through the air. On target. At midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Hauls it in. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead. And it's caught! Touchdown, Cardinals!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. UAB was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Birmingham. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll go back to the air on second down. He's going to run it. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. He'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got it on the move. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Cardinals trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cardinals. A quick quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're bringing heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Offense in an empty set. He's back to throw on second down. Gets away. Firing deep. Working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Going up top on first down. He'll take a shot. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Cardinals decide to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. On first down, here comes this offense. Leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire now on second down. From the gun, the ground game. Steamrolls his way ahead. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Running back goes in motion. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
Just steamrolling his way through. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play, because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
They'll run it from the gun. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll run play action. Makes the catch. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Up by one, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout by the offense.
Leading by one, they'll go ahead and go for two and try to make it a field goal game. On the option, he'll toss it. He could not get it in. They were going for two to try to push this out to a field goal lead, but they'll stay on top by just one. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Now the play fake. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Third down coming up.
Is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. It's complete to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Cardinals will call on their punt team. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Line gets set, first down. Looking for a gap. It's Wiggins. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He'll let one go down the right side. And it's caught inside the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. The give to the tailback. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties. Let that
Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
They'll line up to go for 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got his man. And the defense makes a big hit. Now, about to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They're staring down the defense and this crowd on this huge 3rd and 4. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Carr. They're working that left side. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. The offense has plenty of time, and this defense trying to dig in and get one more stop. What a job to lay out and make the catch. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Using the quick game. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Back open in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. He'll throw on third down. Steps away, fighting off the defender. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Got his man out of the backfield. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. And this is the chance for this offense. A 1st and goal, fourth quarter, trying to tie the game up. Escapes trouble. Fires to the end zone. Picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first down. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the offense on second down. Leaves it with the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.